Hey guys, guess what? It's talk about toys, and I'll give you a hint what we're going to talk about. It has to do with logs. Talk about toys. Now, hello. It has been a week since I've done talk about toys, and it's been a week since I've uploaded anything. Labor Day was upon us. I spent some time with my family and didn't film anything or worry about it, to be honest with you. Before I started filming this, I just got finished eating candy corn M&Ms. They're not a sponsor, but go get you some candy corn M&Ms, and if you don't like it, they've got candied apple too that are good. Anyway, talk about toys. Here we go. Talk about toys. Lincoln Logs. This is a box of Lincoln Logs, and they're from 1974. The original Lincoln Logs. You could build anything you wanted to build with these. You could build houses. You could build a whole frontier set up with a stable for your plastic horses, which I did. I've been there, done that. And I actually tried to build all of these pictures on here when I was a kiddo. These are my husband's. These are my husband's that were given to my children from his mother and father. And this was the Explorer set, and there was 128 pieces in this set. And of course you bought them and you try to add on to your collection. Now these have since been lost for the most part, but there were the pieces. These are the pieces that actually put on the roof so that the two roofs could lay upon each other. I'm not an engineer, nor am I architect. I mean, you just laid them in. There was the ducktail groove, the duckbill groove, the teeth and groove, or groove and lock, or pop and lock, or whatever. What am I trying to say? I've lost it. It was the notch and groove thing. You just put it in and you stack them up. And let me see if I can find. You would put do that. Put that in there. And you would get one on the other side. Now, you could do this, and you would put it's hard to do this without having hard like this. It's like a little, see? And you just kept stacking, and you make houses and stables. You could, I got a truck, I had a dump truck. I had one of the trucks, the Tonka trucks, that you actually had the little crane that came down, and you spun it, came down, and grabbed stuff, picked it up, put it out, put it back. And I had one of those, and I would use these and that for the log, for the, to pick up the logs and to drop the logs back. Because they're awesome. And they were around, they're wooden pieces. I mean, back to the simplicity of these things that we played with as children. These are pieces of wood. These, I don't know whether some of these, now, granted, these things are 40 years old. Okay, so there's going to be some wear and tear. And there may be some buggies on some of them. Anyway, these, it's wood. It's wood, and you stack them, it's wood. There's no batteries. You didn't have to have an iPhone app for them. It says they're non-toxic and kids could chew on them and stuff. When I was a kiddo, sometimes I would chew on my Lincoln Logs. But these are simple. There's nothing, you wasn't afraid of getting lead poisoning from them. They were pieces of wood that you stacked. You could use your other toys with them. There was no batteries. There was no lights. There was no weird sounds or things that you had to do. It was just, it's wood, and it was simple. And they still smell. But just playing with them, just having it in your hands and just automatically kind of knowing what to do. None of us were architects when we were 4 years old, but you could pick these up and you could build anything you wanted to. And it didn't matter if it was perfect or not. It didn't matter if it was even, or even if it stood up the first time. That's how you learned. You kept building things and you kept putting things together and trying things out. And eventually you came up with something that you were happy with, or you didn't, and you could play like Godzilla and stand up and knock it down and do it over again. And it actually says America's national toy on the side of the can. It says Lincoln Logs are uniquely American, reflecting one of the most fascinating chapters in the nation's history, the days of the pioneers. Even the box is teaching you something about pioneer days. Relive the past, or create contemporary structures. Excuse me, I can speak. Relive the past, or create contemporary structure through the imaginative use of Lincoln Logs. So it was saying you could be a pioneer like they were in old days and build you an old cabin. Or you could do contemporary structure and make your 1974, seaside loft with the shag carpeting, man. Imagine whatever you can imagine. That's what these are for. Build whatever your little heart can imagine. The logs are made of real wood, are safe and non-toxic. If you already have Lincoln Logs, you can just add these onto your old set. They're all interchangeable. The iPhones don't even stay interchangeable. These little gizmos, gadgets that you stick to your computers and all this stuff, you can't buy a new something without having to get all new hardware, all new gadgets, all new things to fit, because nothing fits the old model of them. Lincoln Logs, they fit. You could buy a Lincoln Log now, and that Lincoln Log is going to fit these Lincoln Logs from 1974. Hey, talking about being non-toxic, I'm sure I probably chewed on a bunch of these. I'm sure my dogs chewed on them. I'm sure a cat or two's chewed on them and they didn't die. When my daughter was little tiny, I bought her fake generic Lincoln Log. I got her this cheap generic brand of Lincoln Logs. And I'll never forget. She was like three or four. She comes in from the bedroom where she was playing, and she's got red all over her mouth. And I'm thinking, what has she done? She's knocked a tooth out. She's cut herself. What in the world has she done? I said, babe doll, come here and let me look see your face. What have you done? She said, I didn't do nothing. I'm not doing nothing. I said, what are you in there playing with? And she said, I'm playing with the building thing. And it dawned on me. I said, did you put those in your mouth? And she said, yeah, I put them in my mouth. I could probably put these in my mouth. I won't. Well, I put them in my mouth right now. And nothing's going to come off of them. They're 40 years old. Nothing still is going to come off of them that's going to hurt me or make me sick. These generic Lincoln Log things that I bought my daughter, the dye or the stain or whatever they did to make them look like this was coming off into her mouth. And for a couple of days after, she was irritated all underneath her lip from that stuff. And I think back now, and I think, you can say what you want to. We rode in the back of trucks. We rode without seat belts. I used to jump off the roof of my storage building and jump off the top of my tree house. And we didn't wear helmets when we rode bikes. And blah, 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 blah. You can say what you wanted to about that generation and the generations before. Everybody got hyper about everything. But I never did eat one of these and my mouth get irritated and dye come off into my face. And when we look at these toys from the past, and I look at these toys from the past, it really makes me hurt for what we've got now for our kids. Our kids are constantly in iPods, iPads, computers, blah, 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 blah. I'm not even going to go into it. It's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me that Lincoln Logs, as awesome as they are, and they're still around. Every kid, every child under the age of 14, we'll just use that, should have a set of Lincoln Logs. They should be Lincoln Logs. They should be play school Lincoln Logs. Not generic, stained in some factory where you don't know where it's come from. No generic, not genetic either, but true Lincoln Logs. Everybody should have a set, and they should be made to play with them at least 2 hours a week. Sit down and build something. Legos are the exact same way, and I will be doing a show. I'll be doing a special thing on Legos in the upcoming weeks. Legos, they're another thing. Every kid should have Legos. Every kid should have Lincoln Logs. That's it. That's all. I mean, every kid should have Lincoln Logs and Legos, and they should be allowed to play with them for a long time every week, because it's awesome, and because it helps with their imaginations, and it helps with their hand-to-eye coordination, and it helps with their confidence. When Mama comes in and sees that spaceship, house, car, boat, whatever you've built on that table, and says, "Son, you did a good job. That's awesome. That's awesome." Lincoln Logs. Lincoln Logs. This talk about toys has been a little erratic. Lincoln Logs. Awesome. Go get you some. Even if you're 40 years old, go get you some. 50, go get you some. 60, Lincoln Logs. Go get you some. Love you guys. Sorry, like I said, it was a long time before I post anything. I had to take a break and kind of reevaluate what I'm doing here. But I'm here. I'm still here. Still holding on. Tell your friends and family about me. Subscribe, like, comment below on some other toys that you may want to see. Nobody's commenting. I can't do anything if you don't comment. Tell me what you want to see. Get your friends and family to like, subscribe. Check me out. I don't cuss. I'm not naked. You're not going to see nothing that you wouldn't want to see in front of your grandma on my videos. And, I mean, I don't think they're completely boring. Maybe they are. I don't know. Hopefully not. Hopefully you like them. And I know there's people out there that do like them. And I know because you told me. So, you guys, I love you. I hope to see you really soon. Hopefully there'll be some more videos up this week. And y'all just hang in here with me. I know I'm crazy. But that's why you love me. Bye. Lincoln Logs. Go get some.